everybody and welcome to FABEDhacks. I'm Rosemary and today I'm going to be decorating my porch with some DIYs I made as well as some bargain buys I found. So let's go ahead and check it out. Since we evacuated for Hurricane Laura a few weeks back, all of the spring and summer decor has already been packed up and put away, leaving just a little freshening and cleaning to do for fall. I'll just need to sweep and hose down the floor and then of course give these windows a good cleaning. And then of course there's always the oodles and oodles of these little fuzzy things that like to accumulate along the ceilings and in the little cracks and crevices. And then here along the sidewall are some summer decor holdouts. These are those DIY wall sconces that will be getting a fall makeover. But first, like I did in the spring, I'm going to be using this 30-second house cleaner to hose down the entire area. And then here you can see everything nice and clean. And I did go ahead and pull out my little plant hanger from the garage to put it in that little space there at the front of the porch. And I'm going to start my porch decorating there by adding this little DIY sign to the top of the plant hanger. And then at the bottom, I'm going to add this little DIY industrial style metal bushel filled with some cute little pumpkins. Now these pumpkins as well are DIY. They are some Dollar Tree pumpkins that have been faux painted to give them a little bit of a more upscale look. Then on the other side of the entryway, I added this set of 3 DIY pool noodle pumpkins. And then to that, I added this little monogram hand painted welcome to our patch sign. And then there seemed to be just a little bit more space down there at the bottom. And I thought perfect spot for this buffalo check pumpkin that is also a Kirkland's dupe. And like all the other DIYs in this video, you can find a link in the description box. Now moving on to the main porch area, nothing says decorating for fall like a beautiful fall wreath. And I'm going to be using this DIY thrift flip. Now this did not have such a great beginning. So this was purchased for about $2.50 at the Goodwill. You can see it really needed some help there. And if you'd like to see the full transformation, I did leave a link in the description box. But here it is on its second life. This has had many iterations because I actually redo it a little bit again. I just wanted to add some of the orange berries and remove some of those darker pomegranates. But you can see that just changing little things like that, you can give any old wreath a fresh new look. Moving down to the doormat, I am loving that layered rug look. And I am going to try and do a budget-friendly version with this Walmart Mainstays Rug for just $3.98. And then on top of that, I'm going to put this Hello doormat, also from Walmart, for just $11.44. And it's a great way to get that look for less than $15. Now moving on to the left side corner, I just placed my decorative ladder. Now this is a DIY ladder that I did do in a previous DIY, again, which will be linked in the description box. And to that, I'm going to add 3 of these little DIY collapsible and reusable straw bales, coming in at just about $1 each. You can check out the full DIY in the link, but I just wanted to quickly show you that all I did was take a shipping box and hot glue on some straw. You can then use to decorate in a covered area, and then once the season's over, you can just unfold the box and lay it flat and store it away. To decorate my straw bales, I took some branches that I found in the park and just hot glued on some Dollar Tree flowers. And I did make 2, one for each side. Next, I took some potted mums, which for some reason were 25% off, and I just added some decorative wood to the outside of the planter that it actually came in. Now, these are the mums that come in those kind of flimsy containers because they're intended for you to plant directly into the garden, and the price reflects that, so you don't have to pay for the container as well. And so that gives you an excellent opportunity to just add on some of these wood shims and create a great little bushel look. And if you want to see that DIY, again, it'll be linked in the description. Along with a link to this adorable scarecrow made from pool noodles, along with a couple of Dollar Tree plungers, a Dollar Tree pumpkin bucket, and some clothes from the Goodwill. And of course, we're going to need to give our scarecrow a little wagon full of pumpkins, and this little wagon with the wood panels from mostly Dollar Tree items, including a basket, some container lids, and a spatula. Next, I added in a few more mums. Now, this ginormous one here is actually from Walmart for just $4.98, and these two small ones are from Home Depot for $2.48. And you can see on the right-hand side where I did glue on some corn husks to create a decorative finish the way I did with the shims above, and a little ribbon or rope would finish those off even better. Now, before leaving this side of the porch, I did want to show you how I finished off the top of the ladder. So I just added some fall leaves and some little pumpkins, as well as these two wall plaques. These are Dollar Tree DIY wall plaques from a previous DIY, and of course, I'll have it linked in the description box below. Now moving on to the other side, we have our previously placed a straw bale and branches and mum, and I also added this black chair as well as this a small little side table. Now that table, if you are familiar with my videos, that was one that I had done in the summertime series, and of course I will link it below. And then up above are the previously mentioned DIY wall sconces held on by that amazing Gorilla mounting tape, which I'll show you in a second. But first I just wanted to point out how I made the sconces by just taking some of these Dollar Tree dessert cups and painting them with some black paint. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I took this wonderful product, this Gorilla mounting tape, and just used that on the backs of each of the cups to attach them to the wall. And then here you can see I just added a couple of fall stems to give it a nice fall touch. And yes, those are held on by the same pieces of tape that I applied them with in the summer. And then to the center, I added this DIY faux copper sign that reads Farm Fresh Pumpkins. Going back down to the seating area, I did go ahead and add this beautiful fall pillow from Walmart for only $5. And then down below the chair, I added this DIY wood caddy with the bead handle. And then inside the caddy are a couple more of those pumpkins, Dollar Tree, and some others I've had around that I just kind of did a little faux finish on to give them an updated look. And now moving on to the side table, I first added this adorable dish towel from Joann's to add a little texture and warmth. And then I just added a couple more pumpkins. And on top of that, I added this DIY pedestal candle plate, which if you'd like to see how I made it, like the others, it'll be linked in the description box below. And then here is the final tour. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this fall porch decorate with me video, and I hope it has given you some ideas of how you can use some of these items or ideas in your own fall decorating. Please leave me a comment below and let me know if you plan on using any of these decorating ideas, or if you just enjoyed seeing the DIYs that I made previously and how I used them to decorate my porch. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give a thumbs up, and please share with any family and friends you think would also enjoy this video. If you're not already a subscriber and you like what you see, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you join the family. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on FABEDhacks, where we're putting the extra and ordinary one DIY at a time.